Hey everybody, thanks for coming to my channel again. In this video, I'm going to show you something I thought of after I was done with the other bonus video. Add moons. I think we can add some moons without too much trouble here. So let's make a new game object. New moon. And that's going to be instantiating an original planet again. I'm really just looking up here and going to copy about half of these things. Then I want to move it out to its orbit distance. But in this case, we don't need to do anything random. Let's just put it out at 0.5. So that means vector 3 new position equals new moon dot transform dot local position. And then new pos dot x plus equals 0.5 f, and then new moon dot transform dot local position equals new pos. I just moved it out 0.5 on the x plane, and then change the material of the moon. So I'm going to do this whole thing for new moon, exact same command, and then change the size. So new moon dot transform dot local scale equals vector 3.1 times 0.5f. Yeah. And then move it to an anchor. New moon anchor equals new game object. And new moon anchor should have the same position, not as like 0, 0, but it should have the same position as transform dot position as the GO, as our recently made planet does. Transform dot position. And then new moon dot transform dot set parent to GO dot transform, and add a rotator to the game object. So orbit rotator orb moon rotator equals GO dot add component orbit rotator, and then rot dot speed equals, and we can probably do this, but let's divide that whole thing by 2, because if they're going around that little tiny planet, it will look like it's going really fast, which technically it probably is. Okay, I found a few things that we need to change. First of all, I had this set to new moon, but it needs to be GO, like the planet's position, the one that we created up there. And then if it's at 0.5 away from the planet, that's still within the volume of the planet. So we need to move it out to like 2.5. And then let's go ahead and not divide this by 2 after all, because they were moving pretty slow after all, after I tested it. So let's go check that out. I'm going to focus Shift F on this planet. Okay, so can you see that thing orbiting it? Moves around it, and it looks like it's doing curlicues, but it's going solidly around that planet. It's just that the planet's moving while it does. That's correct. So now let's turn some of these others off so that we can clearer see what's going on. If I make it back out to 9, and I think I'm going to not make a trail renderer on that moon. New moon dot get component trail renderer dot enabled equals false. Let's see what that looks like. There's 9 planets with moons orbiting them. The moons don't have a trail on them, so it's easier to see that they're orbiting them for real. Let's do one final thing. It looks like this original planet's accidentally sticking around. So whenever we generate original planet set active should be true. But when we're done generating, original planet dot set active should be false. Okay. What do you think? I'd love to hear about this in the comments. Let me know what you think and what you do with this. Thanks for watching this extra bonus video. And if I think of something else, you might see another bonus video out here someday. Thanks a lot.